This is Hall County Sports, brought to you by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. Remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair, 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood. With 3 worship services, Kids Town, and adult small groups, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. We're going to jump right to it, and we start things off. We tee it up with golf, and the Gainesville boys golf team made it 2 for 2 in the big meet so far. They won Hall County, and now they've won the Region 8 AAA championship over the team they beat for Hall County, North Hall, at the Chattahoochee Country Club. Beat the Trojans by 10 shots after the Elephants shot a team 305. The Elephants got a pick-me-up from Carson Brown, who shot a 77 when Gainesville's number 1 player, Will Frankham, had to bow out due to a bout with strep throat. Both Gainesville and North Hall, though, now qualify for the state tournament starting May 2nd, also at Chattahoochee. The individual is going to be Lumpkin County's Aaron George, who defended his region title with a playoff win over Johnson's Luke James and Stevens County's Clint Shaw. All 3 had shot 73. And we're going to bring to the show right now Coach Robert Mills, head coach of the North Hall boys golf team. Coach Bob joins us here again today on the show. Welcome. Well, Coach, tell me a little bit about the region championship now. It was a kind of a shaky start for you, but you regrouped.
We did. Our final score was in the range that we've been playing all year. However, we got off to a really, really tough start, and some of my boys really competed well in the finish and finished really strong to give us the second place finish.
Tell me about some of your boys this year. Who's been doing it for you all year long?
Well, Andy Bracewell is a junior, and he has played at our number 1. Andy won the Hall County championship as an individual with a great 1 under par 35 on the second day. Ryan Matthews was leading Hall County the first day, tied with the young man from Gainesville, but he finished in a tie for second at Hall County, and he's had a good year. Jackson Berry, also a junior, has come on strong, got off to a slow start, but has really come on strong. Charlie Matthews, our only senior, contributes well, has some really good days. And freshman Hunter Young has come around. He had a tough day at the region tournament on the first 9, but it was 9 shots better on the second 9 to really put us over the hump for second place. Matt McCormick is our number 6 player, and Matt's been steady, and he's also a junior.
Well, tell me how do you actually score? Explain to the folks out there how you score in high school golf. You have your team. Do you just take the top? You don't have to designate anybody, do you?
You play 6 and count your best 4.
Okay.
Is the way it's done.
How do you feel about having the state championship at Chattahoochee? Is this a little bit of a home field advantage for you and for Gainesville?
Well, I hope it is. Our boys play out there quite a bit, even though Chestatee is technically our home course, and they've been most gracious to have us, and that's where we play our home matches. But most of our boys have grown up playing Chattahoochee, golf course, and so it is kind of a home course. Sometimes you can get too familiar with the place and get complacent, but I'm really glad that Gainesville's hosting there, and hopefully it'll help us a little. After
a couple of runners-up finishes to the Red Elephants, you kind of hungry for this one, Bob? And you really don't play teams; you play the course. I know
you play the course. They've beaten us in some close matches this year, but they've got a good golf team, and I feel like we do too. But we just haven't quite, done what you need to do to win it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's always next time, right?
There is, and that's what's good. There's always next time, even though, at the state tournament, we're not, our sights aren't set on, beating Gainesville. Our sights are set on playing the best we can and beat everybody.
I hear you. All right. Well, what's it going to take for you to do that? That's a cliche question, but it's still a good one.
It is. We'd have to play really, really. If every boy we have plays the best they've played all year, there's a possibility.
All right. Coach Bob, thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks, Gary.
Good luck to the Trojans.
Thank you.
And we welcome the head coach of the Red Elephant boys, Bryson Worley. We've had him on the show before when we were on location at the Hall County Championships. Bryson, welcome you to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, tell me a little bit. First of all, let's talk about the region championship. And you had to overcome some sickness, I understand. Will Frankham had strep throat and didn't tried to play but just couldn't go.
Yeah, we knew Tuesday. The region championship was on Thursday. We knew Tuesday evening. It's pretty funny. I'm doing this for 14 years. It's when an 18-year-old drives himself to the doctor, he's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So Tuesday we knew he was sick. We started preparing the other guys, and up until that morning, he looked at me and he just said, "I'm gonna try to warm up." And he looked at me, and it probably the most, probably one of the hardest things I've seen a kid have to do is like, "Look, we're better off without me today."
Wow.
I probably would have tried to play regardless, but I told him, I said, if you can't finish and if you can't play well, then you've done the right thing. And he, just like a senior leader should, he stepped up, and he knew we were deep enough that it wouldn't kill us. And the thing is, at the time, he didn't know it was going to be. It could have been his last chance to play high school golf.
Right.
And so we weren't assured by any stretch of the imagination of qualifying for the state tournament. So. My hats go off to him, and then my hats go off to the guys that stepped up in his absence.
Who else has really been doing it for you this year?
Man, I'll tell you, it's. I
Varies
was looking
from
tournament to tournament. We were talking about that as a team the other day. Everyone in the locker room has contributed at some point to us playing really well throughout the year. It's hard to name one kid. My most consistent performers have been Pep Brown, Parks Brown, and Will Frankham.
Now are they brothers?
No, Parks and Carson are twins. Pep is no relation.
Huh.
So it's funny. I've got 3 Browns, but they've all played well. I mean, kid like Reeves Bell and Grant Laster come in, and Jackson Bishop help win Hall County, and Matt Cindia comes in to help us play well at Chassa in the big tournament there, and. Jackson Bishop's played well throughout the year, so the other 5 guys in our lineup are pretty good. It's hard to say anybody stood out over the others.
Bryson, golf is really a funny sport. I mean, it's an individual sport, and you made it into a team sport, but it is so important for the team concept for people to play well because you add the cumulative stuff up. And you feel like you're prepared now. These tough tournaments, tough schedule has prepared you for state?
Yeah, I do. We something I preach, and I learned this from Chris Hack, men's golf coach at University of Georgia, is, it is an individual sport, but in the team concept, they've got to have some team chemistry, and we definitely have that. I work them very hard, and I think they a lot of times they band together against me, but that's okay. No, we're all real close, and we have a lot of team chemistry. And we, when I came to Gainesville, I'd come from a very successful program, and when I got here, they were kind of playing 9-hole matches, and something that it just doesn't prepare you for the end of the year, and so. We put our guys in some of the best tournaments in the state of Georgia and across the Southeast, and we'll get kind of drug a little bit sometimes. We're playing 6A schools from Alabama and 5A schools from Georgia, but it's really helped off later on in the year when we get to this situation where they've been tournament tested, and they play as individuals in tournaments all year and playing at a high level. So. The only, I guess, difference is they're playing team, and like some of my freshmen said that are very good. They, playing as an individual is one thing, but when your other 5 guys are counting on you, it brings a whole different pressure to the situation, and so we try to make sure that we're in enough tough situations as a team to make sure we're successful and at least prepared for it.
You got North Hall, of course, is going to be challenging. You got Spalding, you got Columbus, but Coach, how you feel about it? You got them on your home course now.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage playing at Chattahoochee. It'll be set up tough, which I think anything like that helps us because we're deep. But you've got North Hall's playing on their home course for the most part, and you have Spalding, who's very good. They've beaten us. We have not beaten. We've played them 3 times and have not beaten them yet. Columbus, we have not seen, but I know them very well and defended state champions. Richmond Academy's dropped down from 4A. They've won plenty of state champions. They may have, I don't quote me on this, but they may have won more state champions than any other program in Georgia over the course of the GHSA history. So, I mean, they're always very good. St. Pius out of Atlanta is a lot like us. They're very deep. So, I mean, it's going to be a toss-up. The way the state does it, you got 18 holes. It's hard. I wish it was a little bit, 36 holes.
Right.
But, you got 18 holes. But I like our chances. Our guys are very prepared, very confident. I think they've seen all the hard work kind of start paying off, and we've kind of kicked it up a notch in the past year or so and made sure we're ready.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Bryson Worley,
thank you.
head coach for the Gainesville boys golf team.
Thank you.
In other golf, the Riverside Military Academy team carded a .331, one shot better than Athens Academy's .332 to win the Region 8A championship. That was at Highland Walk Golf Course at Victoria Bryant State Park in Royston. Austin Klee and Michael Mortocia each finished at 7 over par 79 to lead the way for the Eagles. That tied them for second individually behind low medalist Athens Academy's Kyle Mueller, who shot 70. Riverside's Kyle Wilkinson's 83 put him in a tie for 7th. Class A state tournament is May 2nd at the Green Island Country Club in Columbus. Flowery Branch's boys punched their ticket to the Quad A state tournament with a second-place finish to Hab Central, 294 to 303. Sean McKnight shot a 73 to finish second individually and lead the Falcons to their runner-up team finish. Gary Gentry shot a 74, Cameron Williams a 75, and Ryan Tewksbury an 81 as the Falcons qualify for state golf for the first time in school history. Congratulations to the Branch. We take you to the Diamond when we return.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when you going to quit and retire? I said, oh, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, ensuring your future since 1905.
Hurry in before we sell it all to G's Home Furnishings' $2 million cash-raising furniture blowout. Save like never before on living rooms, leather, dining rooms, bedrooms, bedding, accessories, and much, much more. Guaranteed lowest sale prices. If you can find it for less anywhere else, we'll match it or beat it. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everyone you know to come in and take home fine furniture at savings of a lifetime. G's Home Furnishings' $2 million cash-raising furniture blowout. 11 Grove Street, Dahlonega. Going, gone.
Talking baseball on Hall County Sports this segment. First up, North Hall. Preston Graham picked up the win, had a lot of run support as the Trojans beat Monroe area early last week 12-4. Hamilton Harper stroked a 2-run homer. Jesse Strickland was 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. Whit Bowen went 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Chris Stevens was 2 for 2. Stevens then pitched a complete game and allowed only 4 hits as the Trojans won 11-1 at Chestatee. He also drove in 3 runs. Jesse Strickland, Griffin Olson, and Wade Phillips each added 2 RBI for North Hall. Andrew Smith added a couple of hits and a double, while Scott Tuning had 2 hits and scored the only run for the War Eagles. North Hall stayed hot with their 11-0 beatdown of Walnut Grove. The Trojans rode a 10-run second in the arm of Graham to victory. They've also clinched a berth in the postseason. Mason Savage had the big hit in that second, a 3-run homer. He went 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Harper had a solo homer in the 4th in the Mercy Rule affair. He wound up 3 for 3 with a double, that home run, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI. Now, White County kept hold of first place in the region, though, after a walk-off 2-run home run by University of Georgia signee David Sosby in the bottom of the 8th. That gave the Warriors a win over Monroe area. Now, early in the week, the region race had gotten a little bit interesting when Gainesville lost on the road 7-6 at Oconee County. with a homer by the Warriors in the bottom of the 7th. The Elephants, though, bounced back 6-2 over Johnson. Logan Petho led the Knights with a 2-run home run at Ivy Watson Field, while David Gonzalez got the win for Big Red, overcoming a shaky start, retiring 10 straight and 12 of 13 in the middle innings. And the third, Gainesville went ahead to stay on a 2-out RBI double from Michael Geddes, scoring Ryan Griffith for a 3-2 advantage. In the 4th, Jimmy Kemp smacked the first pitch of the inning over the left field fence for a solo home run. The Elephants then pounded out 4 more hits to take that 6-2 lead, and that was the final. And then the battle for Region 8 AAA stayed just as hot as it had been. Gainesville mercy ruled Stevens County 11-1. That clinched a playoff spot for the Elephants. Griffith in that game 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 RBI. He also came on in relief of starter Geddes, had a couple of strikeouts to his credit from the hill. And then this past Monday, Gainesville and North Hall met one another. Gainesville came in at 18-4 overall, 16-4 in the region, and North Hall was 18-4 and 17-3 in 8 AAA. The Red Elephants had won the first meeting against the Trojans 7-4 on March 25th at Jody Davies Field. This time, they played at Ivy Watson, and we were there. And this one was a dandy. North Hall and Gainesville going head-to-head, and Gainesville winds up winning it 2-1 in their last at-bat. Hunter Anglin comes in relief of the starter David Gonzalez. Hunter winds up getting the win, but Gonzalez winds up scoring the winning run in the bottom of the last, scoring from third.
I felt good on the mound all night, and I knew I had my off speed working, and I knew if I just get it over the plate, good things would happen because my defense was good today. So I mean, I just kept battling, kept throwing strikes, and ended up to be pretty good. I just knew I had to get on base. I mean, Sanders been working on my swing a lot. I just knew I had to get on base, and Geddes did his job, got me over on the bunt. Pitts, he worked the count, and the pitcher, you can tell he was kind of tired. I mean, he pitched a heck of a game, and then the lead just got up and put the ball in play when he had a 3-2 count and just worked out.
This game means a lot to them. They're friends with all those guys over there. I don't know if they're friends really so much during the season, but in the summertime and in the fall, they're buddies, and the parents know each other. It's a big rivalry. It's a lot of fun to play in. Proud of these guys. This is back-to-back. Last year we had 28. This year we have 20. Hopefully we can get up there around that again this year. That'll be fun.
In other baseball, Johnson lost a wild 16-14 slugfest with Walnut Grove last week, despite a 3-run home run from Trey Wilson and Taylor Whitmire's 3-for-3 performance for the Knights. Lakeview Academy kept their playoff hopes alive with a 7-6 win over Athens Academy. Logan Jones hit a go-ahead single with 2 out in the 8th inning, scoring Taylor Simpson, who had pitched all 8 innings. Jones later scored the deciding run. Dallas Devers went 3-for-5 with a double and 2 RBI. Ted Reynolds was 2-for-2 with a double and 2 runs scored. And then the Lions kept on, walloping Tallulah Falls 16-2 in 5 innings. Nick Drury had a grand slam and Jacob Whittenden a 3-run shot. Simpson was 2-for-3 with 4 runs scored, and Austin Montgomery got the win. The Lions picked up a non-region win as Whittenden went 3-for-4 with 2 homers and 6 RBI and a 15-13 slugfest win over East Hall. Drury 3-for-3 with a solo shot. C.J. White had a grand slam, one of 2 homers by the Vikings, and they wound up on the losing end anyway. Flowery Branch got back on the winning track with a 19-2 thrashing of Riverside Military. Kelton DeVoe, Logan Conley, Brody Thomas, and Chase Hulsey all had home runs. Hulsey's was a grand slam, and he finished with 6 RBI. Thomas had 2 hits and 5 RBI, and Conley 2-for-2 with 4 driven in. Riverside Military blanked Tallulah Falls 5-0 early in the week, though. Jacob Harrison went the distance with 12 strikeouts. Blake Barham was 3-for-4 with 3 RBI, and Mason Pope hit a home run and drove in 2 for Riverside. In college baseball, the North Georgia Saints have now won 5 of their last 6 after an 11-0 non-conference win over King College, and they improved to 27-16 overall, 17-2, by the way, in non-conference action. Chesterton alumnus Chad Sage had a solo shot off the scoreboard in right center in that game. It was his 3rd home run of the year. And in college softball, number 12 rated Brenau had 2 big wins over number 20 Shorter, 3-0 and 3-2. Tiffany Shandera was 3-for-5 on the day with a couple of RBI in the second game. Anna Manus got the win in Game 1, scattering 3 hits and striking out 6. Jenny Shepard had a single in Game 1, then added a triple and an RBI in Game 2, while striking out 3 from the circle. The Golden Tigers then swept Emmanuel 6-0 and 11-2 to finish out the regular season. They entered the conference tournament at 39-7 overall this week, 23-5 in the league. We're back to take you to the soccer pitch when we continue. If you are looking for a quality used car, then look no further than the car store on McKelvey Road between Gainesville and Beaufort. You won't find clunkers or junkers at the car store, just vehicles you'll be proud to own. At the car store, they can finance you on the spot, no matter what your credit is. They have a variety of plans. You can even phone your payments in. At the car store, they've been giving outstanding service to the community for over 20 years. At the car store, everybody rides.
Come on down to the car store. We can make you happy. My name's Bob Watson, and I guarantee it.
How you doing? I'm Pastor Maddox at World Redeeming Ministries. Just come on out and have great fellowship and fun with us, where God lives, and we will certainly enjoy having you. You will be the guest of honor in the house of the Lord. And we just want to say to you again, we love you, we're going to pray for you, and you're on the winning team. We're World Redeeming Ministries, where we're redeeming the time. So come on out and be with us, and your life will never be the same again.
Do you want to win a car?
Yes!
Adopt your rubber ducks today.
And you can win this 2011 Toyota Camry LE and other great prizes.
Visit rubberduckderby.com or call 770-656-2527 to adopt your ducks today.
And come out May 7th to see if you won and enjoy the family fun at our marketplace.
Great future start here!
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn. This is Hall County Sports. In soccer, the West Hall Lady Spartans got into this week's playoffs while knocking Gainesville out. And that game tied at 0-0. West Hall's Tania Perez slammed in a goal off a pass from Rachel Klein with 6:23 left in the game. That gave West Hall a 1-0 victory and a berth in the Class AAA state tournament. Earlier this week, we dropped by to talk to Tania Perez, as well as Shannon Mundy, a fellow junior, and Coach Gareth Allcott of the Lady Spartans. And here we are at West Hall High School, home of the Spartans, with Coach Gareth Allcott and a couple of his players, Tania Perez and Shannon Mundy. And first of all, I don't know if it's an exact quote, Coach, but I'm reading and I'm hearing you say there's a little bit of either vindication or satisfaction, or maybe a little bit of both, in getting back to the state tournament after a little bit of a drought.
Oh, that's right. You know, we've had a very young team the last couple of years. I think it's 5 years since the school made the playoffs. So we've worked really hard, and I've worked with these girls for some of them 3, most of them 4 years now. So it's nice to be there at last.
Both seniors?
Juniors.
Juniors, both juniors. Oh, okay.
Junior captains.
Junior captains. All right. Well, so this is your first taste of getting to state.
Yes.
How you like it?
I love it. We've been working really hard for 3 years. Every year we thought we were going to get to go, and it just hasn't worked out. So this is our first time that we've actually made it through, and it's great.
Tania, this is a pretty tough league, though, so it's really an honor. I mean, you're going in as a 4 seed, but just to get there is pretty cool.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's really, I guess, really, what can I say?
It was tough to get there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was really tough. I mean, we have a really good team, and I think we can make it farther.
Yeah.
What has pleased you, other than getting to state and a winning record and all of those things, what has pleased you the most about coaching these girls?
Just a fantastic attitude. Absolutely. You know, I won't say they don't give me a minute's trouble, because that wouldn't be true. But they are great people, you know, high quality character, and they know that I value that over and above their playing ability. And it's been great to work with them for the past few years, and I'm looking forward to next year already. All
right. Well, obviously good character, but pretty good soccer players as well.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to it. Congratulations, girls, and good luck in the state playoffs.
Thank you.
West Hall girls will open at Carrollton this Friday, the 29th. Now for the boys, Gainesville's Eunice Giannis had the hat trick in a 7-0 rout of West Hall. The Elephants will enter the state tournament as a 2 seed. They will host LaGrange on Friday. Now the boys' number 3 seed entering the state playoffs, North Hall, after their 2-1 edging of Oconee County. Zach Tibbs had the go-ahead goal, and the North Hall Trojans will open the state playoffs at Columbus this Friday. The 4th seed is Chestatee. The War Eagles beat White County 5-0 as Roland Reyes scored twice. Earlier, the Eagle boys had stayed alive for the postseason as John Hatch kicked the game winner, and goalie Michael Heron had some key saves in the penalty kick round as the War Eagles eliminated West Hall from postseason contention 2-1. Diego Sanchez had scored the War Eagles regulation goal about 14 minutes in, by the way. The Chestatee War Eagles will play at Carrollton this coming Friday. Now, the Lady Eagles beat White 2-1. They will go in as a 3 seed. Alexis Rebiar had both goals for Chestatee. Elsewhere, North Georgia Christian's girls beat Loganville 5-0. Sarah Rhodes had 2 goals for the Lady Chargers. She had another, and Sophie Munoz 2 as NGC beat Creekside Christian 3-1. Charger boys won 4-0 over Creekside. Corwin Kulig scoring twice and assisted on another goal. We'll have more on playoff soccer next week, and I'm back to wrap up this week's show right after this.
Hurry in before we sell it all to G's Home Furnishing's $2 million cash-raising furniture blowout. Save like never before on living rooms, leather, dining rooms, bedrooms, bedding, accessories, and much, much more. Guaranteed lowest sale prices. If you can find it for less anywhere else, we'll match it or beat it. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everyone you know to come in and take home fine furniture at savings of a lifetime. G's Home Furnishing's $2 million cash-raising furniture blowout. 11 Grove Street, Dahlonega. Going, gone.
Falcon Parkway Fitness is your neighborhood family fitness center. The friendly, knowledgeable staff, all certified trainers, are there to help you achieve your fitness goals in a state-of-the-art facility, all for less than $1 a day for a membership. Falcon Parkway Fitness is open to fit your schedule. Where else can you find child care, group fitness, personal training, a day spa, and a hair and nail salon all under one roof? That's Falcon Parkway Fitness behind the Public Shopping Center in Flowery Branch. Visit us on the web at www.falconpkwfitness.com.
My name is Lloyd Smith.
I'm Renee Barnett.
My name's Alan Cudd.
My name's Don Cooper.
My name is Mike Stewart, and I attend McKever Road United Methodist Church, the church on the hill here in Oakwood, Georgia. We'd love for you to come join us.
This message has been brought to you by the people of the McKever Road United Methodist Church. Gary Cole, pastor.
We start this week's wrap-up with tennis. Gainesville's 6th-ranked boys won their first round at the state, 4-1 over Shaw. The doubles matches lasted less than 45 minutes. Alexander Davis and Alex Zace won 6-0, 6-1 at number 1, and Jake Maddox and Austin Miller took a 6-1, 6-1 win at number 2 for a 2-love lead. Ryan Joyner then extended his unbeaten streak at number 1 singles to 14 straight with a 6-1, 6-2 win to clinch the team victory. And just moments later, Jackson Goble came up with a 6-2, 6-1 win at number 3 singles. Dunwoody knocked both Flowery Branch teams out of the postseason in Quad A, 3-love boys and 3-1 girls. Anna Kate Shaw picked up a win at number 1 singles for the Lady Falcons, and Elizabeth Mallory was leading in her number 2 singles contest when the match was called because it was basically over. West Hall boys fell 3-2 to 4th-ranked LaGrange. Max Wilson and Connor McFall both pulled out 3-set victories for the Spartans, whose season is now over. The Johnson girls fell 4-1 to Columbus, but with every match going to 3 sets. All right, turning to track now. The region track meets were contested last week and the early part of this week in prep for Georgia Olympics. Now, that's the state boys all classification meet, which begins in Jefferson next Thursday, May the 5th. The top 2 in each region qualify for the state. For the Flowery Branch boys in the 8 Quad A meet in Loganville, the Falcons' Austin Eckenroth won the pole vault at 14-6. Meanwhile, Maurice Ryden had a photo finish in the 1,600 meters, just claiming the region title in 4:28. The Branch's Kenny Slavic won the 3,200-meter title, finishing in 10 minutes to earn Flowery Branch's 3rd region gold of the meet. And Slavic was followed in second by his teammate Drew Garland, who finished in 10:06. Ryden, by the way, also finished second in the 800 meters. He gets a shot at a couple of races in Jefferson. At the 8 AAA meet at Lanier, Cody Barger and Brandon Lawson North Hall both recorded personal records in placing 1-2 in the meet in the 1,600, 4:23.08 and 4:32. The Trojans also sent Drew Bryant, who placed second in the discus, and Patrick Chappell, who was second in the shot. He finished second to Johnson's Kyle Stacy, who won it in 43 feet, 5 1/4 inch. Gainesville, by the way, had Desmond Hamilton finish second in the long jump after day 1 of that AAA meet. Girls region track meet, by the way, comes up at the end of this week. So, time now to name our athletes of the week. And for the females, we're going to go with Sarah Rhodes, North Georgia Christian School Soccer. And for the males, Maurice Ryden, Flowery Branch Track. He's the region champ at the 1,600 meters and runner-up in the 800. Closing it out with just a couple of other notes. Now, North Georgia Christian reached a milestone the other day. The Chargers had their first ever football scholarship recipient when Trey Loggins signed up to play ball for Rockford College in Illinois. He's a 5'11", 185-pound linebacker who had transferred to NGC from North Hall. And this Saturday, the 30th, this will be the end of the local Olympic weightlifting season with the state high school championship meet, and that one gets underway at Flowery Branch. That's our show for this week. I'm Garry Glenn. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports. Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. and by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKelvey Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ.